asking Tommy the format and what should I do, he suggested that I could read a short piece possibly that I did in the workshop and then read Wayne's work also. And that's what I'll do. But I begin with myself and then rise to greater heights with Wayne's work. I'll read this poem called Exile. Exile. You stamp cold feet in subway stations, muffled and drawn against winter, insulating the skin of home against the chill that would suck the sunlight from your mind and leave you bereft of memory on platforms of filtered light, riding wraith-like in trains that travel to perpetual exile, ever farther from home. Home is the moment caught in flight over blue water by Rick's Cafe, the falling wonder into azure sea, the promise of white sands. Home is Sunday, dominoes and gungo peas. Home is a racing of your heart, a catch in your breath, the memory of blue mountains. Home is the sigh that broke your heart. And that is my contribution. As Tommy mentioned, Wayne has touched many lives and has made a fantastic contribution to the literature of the Caribbean. It is my understanding that already there are 17 published authors arising out of his workshops. Now that is quite phenomenal, and one day I suppose somebody will put together a real tribute as to his total contribution. But in the meantime, I thought I would bring to your attention this publication, The Caribbean Writer, Volume 21. In it, there is a tremendous interview by Verna George, a long interview of Wayne Brown. And towards the end of it, she asked him, Verna George, now that we are coming to the end of the interview, I wanted to ask you, what is the role of this generation of Caribbean writers? Though you sort of touched on that before. And then he answered, Wayne Brown, what I'd hope to hand down or to pass on to people in the workshop is what a great disciplined adventure creative writing is. What a rich life awaits a serious creative writer. And at the same time, that it's almost sure to be a very hard life. The richness, the adventure of it, the high seriousness and responsibility of it. I'd like to sell them the idea that this is a wonderful way to get through these years of crossing the road from a darkness to a darkness. That's what I'd like to convey. It's apparent to me that in the last 20 years, the entire world has gone into a very spooky phase of faithlessness and famine and religious and other fundamentalism. The world is dreadfully, deeply, obscurely gone off the track, the world. I'm waiting for some unimaginable cataclysm to hit. Because when you go off track, as far as we have gone off track in these last 20 years, only a catastrophe war can close the chapter